What's up, my friends? Johnny V out here, New Orleans East, or I may actually even be in like Slidell. I'm not sure of the name of the town. It's not really a town. It's just like a highway cut out of the. I'm driving through swamps basically. There's some maybe Lake Bourne to my right. Yeah, like had camps built out here on the water, and this used to be the only way that you could get from Louisiana to Mississippi back in the day before they built those big long bridges. I think it's like a 3 or 4 mile bridge that connects mainland in New Orleans area to like the east coast of well, not the east coast, but the Gulf Coast of United States. Other than that, you'd have to go across the lake, which is a 25-mile bridge that they were built in the 60s. But anyway, 50s or 60s. Anyway, it was a long time ago. So yeah, what y'all been doing? How y'all had a good turkey day? Had a good Thanksgiving? I'm just driving back to work. I had my days off. Gonna drive back to Mississippi Gulf Coast now. It's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd take the camera out. Man, it was like 75 degrees and beautiful sunny day. Man, I wish I wouldn't have slept so late now, but I hardly got any sleep the night before because my father-in-law and mother-in-law took us out for breakfast on Thanksgiving Day. My kids' grandparents. So you don't say no to that when you got a free meal and get to see the grandparents. Because this was the first year that they didn't really cook. My father-in-law usually cooks a big meal for Thanksgiving, but he's getting up there in age. He's about 75. So, you know, it's just him and his wife. And she probably won't eat any food that he cooked anyway. She's a pretty picky eater. Anyway, yeah, some camps out here. Kissing and Fishing's the name of that camp. Let's see what the name of this one is. Lake Catherine Station. Island High Rise is the name of that one. Some really nice camps out here. Most of them are built 15 to 20 feet off the ground, at least. Some of them are built more than 20 feet off the ground. Because when the hurricanes come in and stuff, and the tropical storms come in, you don't want to be anywhere around this area. This is not protected. Obviously, the Gulf of Mexico is right here. I mean, that's not the Gulf of Mexico. I think it's called the Breton Sound, or Lake Catherine, or Lake Bourne. Some small lake. It's really connected to the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, the Gulf of Mexico is right there. I mean, I've done several drone videos of it, the area, and it's just all water. And the water is connected to the Gulf of Mexico. You know, it's just a little bay-like. I mean, it's not even surrounded by land or anything out there. It's just all water. Pretty much as far as you can see is water. Because, I mean, if you look that way, if you look to the east, I mean, you'll run into Florida eventually. But, I mean, that's hundreds and hundreds of miles away. You can go out into the Gulf of Mexico, to Cuba, Puerto Rico, way out there. But I think underneath Cuba is Jamaica. I'm not good with geography. I know Jamaica's out there. Anyway, how y'all been doing? This is a beautiful video I wanted to do. I mean, if I was you, I'd just turn the sound down. Just turn the sound down and look at the beautiful scenery and beautiful weather we're having. Instead of listening to me. There's some beautiful camps over here. Most of them are brand new. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Some of them are really nice. I'm guessing they rent a lot of them out. Man, some of them are really nice. I'm guessing they rent a lot of them out for like weekends and stuff, or maybe for a week. Fishing's pretty good, I imagine. Hopefully it comes with a boat. Go out fishing. Oh, that's some really nice ones over here. I mean, they all have wraparound. Most of them have wraparound patios, decks, or whatever you want to call it. Man. Most of them have at least a 270-degree patio. If not a 360-degree patio. Yeah, we're about 12 to 15 minutes from being on like Highway 90 in Mississippi. I'm about 12 to 15 minutes from the state line, I guess. I'm just guessing. I mean, I know what it is. It's about, you know, it's between 10 and 20 for sure. To get to it's like 15 minutes to the state line, and then a couple more minutes you're on the Highway 90, which is Highway 90 runs along the Gulf Coast mostly. That is the Beach Highway, Beach Boulevard. Bayou Breeze, named after Drew Brees, spelled not B-R-R, B-R-E-E-S-E, not Z-E. They spelled it with an S in honor of Drew Brees. Fire engines over here. That's the firehouse. The Fort Pike Volunteer Fire Department. This is the Fort Pike area. Used to be able to go over here to the right. Fort Pike State Historic Site, but it's closed down now. I think one of the storms came through and they don't have any more funding to take care of it, so they just let it go, basically. I mean, they used to have volunteer groups that come and try to clean it up. I mean, they may still do it, like once a month or something. I mean, it really only needs to be taken care of really heavily in the summer when it grows like really ridiculously out of control. This is a new bridge since Katrina. Hurricane Katrina 2005, I think, took out the old one, so they built a nice new one that goes up pretty high. Connects, on my left is Lake Pontchartrain, and on my right is Lake Bourne or Lake Catherine, or one of those lakes that lead out into the Gulf of Mexico. This might be the Wrigley's, what they call the Wrigley's. If you look at it on paper, it looks like Wrigolettes, R-I-G-O-L-E-T-S. I don't know why they call it Wrigley's, but I guess that's what they call it. Always been. Big boat launch here. Here's the Wrigley's Marina. Live bait, ice, beer, tackle. What more could you want? A lot of people out on the water today. More camps. Let's see what today is. November 29th. Like the second to last day in November. Today is Friday, I think. Yeah, so Sunday will be December 1st. It is about 4:30 in the afternoon. We got about 30 to 40 minutes left of daylight. And its temperature is dropping. It was 75 degrees earlier. I think it was up to 79, like 79 degrees in Metairie when I went to get lunch for me and my son. It was really warm. It was nice, sunny and warm. But now the temperature is dropping. It's down to 66, which is really comfortable. Some people would say you need a light jacket, but not I. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, or if you had the volume turned down earlier, this used to be the only way to get from Louisiana, New Orleans area to the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. One road. This is the road that Jayne Mansfield lost her life, and the driver. I think it was around 1967. They were driving back from Biloxi late at night, and the driver took his it was like a convertible car, but the top was up because it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Jayne Mansfield and her kids, and her driver, and somebody else, I don't know who, if it was a boyfriend or whatnot. At least the driver and Jayne was killed. I think maybe one other person. I think all the kids lived. I'm not sure because they were in the back seat. There was discrepancies whether or not she got decapitated in the accident, but we don't know. I mean, of course she had a wig on, so people they saw a wig on the side of the road probably. It was nasty. It was what became known as the Mansfield bar, the bar underneath 18-wheelers. Because 18-wheelers now have to have that bar to where you can't drive completely underneath the 18-wheeler trailer. They're required to have that bar underneath. It's called the Mansfield bar. This person is turning. Well, they had the left blinker on, now you got the right blinker on, now you got the left blinker on again. I don't think you know where you're going. This is Apple Pie Road. Apple Pie Road over here. I don't know where that could possibly go. Not very far. Because there's not a lot of real estate over there. There's not a lot of land at all to my left. Or to my right, really. There's not a lot of land. Alright, we're recording. Yes, we are. Some shrimp boats. Alright, let's see. We're 10 minutes into this video. I have to keep this video under 15 minutes because my lovely DJI, my handheld little pocket camera, it has a gimbal on this camera, so if you're wondering how I keep it so steady, it's because it's got a gimbal on it to keep it real steady, supposedly anyway. And I have to keep the files under 15 minutes because it has to stay under 4 gigabytes. It'll keep recording, but it'll start a new file, and I don't want to deal with that because my computer I have is not very good, and so it's not good for editing, and definitely not good for editing large files. This will be a 4 gigabyte file. It'll probably take me a half an hour to upload this on my relatively high-speed fiber optic network in Mississippi that we just got. Oh my God, these roads are bad. Wow. See, I'm doing like 60 miles an hour, and it's like, feels like I'm in a boat. I mean, it's partly my car's suspension, but it's mostly the roads are really wavy. They need a lot of work. Alright, see, the speed limit is 55, and I'm doing 60. Let me put the cruise control on, I won't have to worry about that. On. Alright, cruise control's on. Oh, great. It's a 20 mile an hour bridge up here. It's one of the old drawbridges. I think it's called a drawbridge. I think the bridge goes up. There's no place. It doesn't swing out or anything like that. Here's a swamp tour these people are doing. Very popular with the tourists. They take a ride from New Orleans. See if I do a quick video. See people behind me? Probably say no stopping on bridge, I'm sure, everywhere. Let me do a quick video real quick. Yeah, there's a bunch of swamp tours. They're doing a swamp tour. I get in my car before a car comes. Yeah. Not too safe, I know. Alright, well I did that. Saw a little swamp boat tour. Yeah, it's probably like a 40 to 45 minute ride from New Orleans to get out here. I'd say 45. And they have little shuttle buses that bring you out here. They have little shuttle buses that bring you out here and bring you back after the tour is over. But as an Uber driver, I'll pick people up out here and brought them back downtown. It's not cheap. Probably $45, $50 minimum. It's at least, I mean, the driver gets about $1 a mile, but the passenger pays about $2 a mile because Uber keeps like $1 a mile almost. Uber takes a big chunk of what you're paying to Uber, if you didn't know that. The driver doesn't get all that money. They don't get 80% either. They get 80% of like the per minute charge and the per mile charge, but Uber has a lot of fees they tack on the end of it. The driver gets 0 of. Alright, we're almost to 14 minutes. There's another little bridge here, another little waterway, another little bayou, and then I can see the state line. I can see the bridge for the state line. I'll show you whether it's on the Pearl River. The state line is at the Pearl River up here. I'll hop out and show you if I still have time permits on my video. It's a little bayou, it's nothing special. And I don't know if you can see way up ahead. See that little bump? That's a little bridge. That's the top of the bridge. I think the bridge swings out. It's not one they raise, I don't think. I think that bridge swings. Maybe we'll get lucky, we can see it in action. Well, let's see, I got about a minute left of this video. Maybe less. So if it cuts out, I'm gonna try to get it to, you know, fit all in one file. But if it cuts out, it's not because I don't love y'all. It's just because my camera has a 4 gigabyte limit on how big the file can be. I wish I could change it to 720 HD, but I can't. It's only films in 1080 or 4K. I mean, I think that's my choice, is 1080 or 4K, and I definitely don't want 4K, because then I definitely won't get anywhere near 15 minutes video if I was filming in 4K. And most people watch it on their phone or whatever, and a lot of people's phones don't even show display in 4K. So I see the bridge up here. That's the state line. That's the Louisiana-Mississippi state line. And yeah.